Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, ladies. How is everybody doing? So welcome to the new listeners. I've had an influx of listeners again. So wherever you are coming from, welcome and thanks for being here. You're probably still catching up on older episodes. I do cringe at older episodes because I can't even remember some of the conversations that I've had, and it's funny actually. I might go back and listen to some of the older ones, and that's the thing that you can go back on is reflecting and growth and where you are at and where I'm at as well, from when I started, from starting to when I listened to, I think I listened to a couple of books episodes, and it was talking about writing my book, and I've got the book now, plus my journals, plus all my coaching and collaborations and everything that I've done. It's just crazy. I've manifested all of this, would you believe? Obviously, it's manifesting through motherhood. Everything I've wrote down over the years, what I've wanted to do. I wanted to do in my book and my podcast. I wanted to help people do this as well. And it's kind of developed and helping busy mums, but just helping busy mums with children with additional needs, but also helping them. Because people always say to me, I can't work or I can't do these things because I'm doing this. I'm like, you can do it. I've done it. I have pivoted. I've changed so much within my business. You can. And it's about having boundaries, about saying no, about doing the goal setting and the gratitude and the manifesting. Because if we do all this, we have a better flow throughout our lives. In the morning, we do our habit stacking. So with me embedding this into my life and having a child with additional needs and having all the things that I've got going on, I've been able to sustain everything. It's just, everything just flows really nicely. And I feel like, you know what, I should give myself a little bit more credit and a pat on the back, because I've worked so hard and I've not let other people bring me down, and we're going to have people that aren't always going to support us. We know who those people are. They could be our family. You will have family members that will support you, but you'll have friends, old friends. A lot of people that don't even know me that show up for me, and I want people on this podcast that are honest and genuine and want to support me, and because that's what I'm like with other people. It's just that genuine connection. And just before I came on to record this, I was just out to run a bath. I've been working today in the salon, and my son's out with my auntie and uncle. And I helped one of the mums at school, apply for a new, disabled badge for her daughter. So it was up for renewal, and it's so hard doing something like that. And I'm quite savvy, so I was like, well, I'll just do it. It won't take me long at all. It literally took me 45 minutes max. And I said, I'll pay it online, because I was like, I'll just sort it out. I'll just sort it out when I see it. It was £10. And she was like, oh, no. So I was like, let me just sort it out. Anyway, just about to get in a bath, and she turned up with a £10 and a lovely bunch of flowers. So she's so lovely. This is the thing. I made so many lovely connections through school and online. And that I just felt so much gratitude that she didn't have to give me the flowers. But she, honestly, it's so nice to see when people do appreciate you. And I don't do it for things. I do it because I want to help people. If I can help you, if you're going through things in your life and I can help you, just take that burden off you and that load. And I'm sure they'll do it for me too. And it's that give and take. I don't like people that take and ask for things. It doesn't sit well with me, or it doesn't align with me. My friends are very much give and take and supporting each other. I don't like people asking me for things. I like the energy exchange to be very genuine and natural, and we should help each other out in a way. It doesn't have to be monetary. It just helping people out with just advice and support, and that's what I do. And I have so many valuable conversations with lots of mums and the lovely lady that I actually given that lovely feedback. So I just said I didn't mention her name. My name's Louise. So hi, Louise. And she was like, thank you for that. I knew it was about me. And she was listening. She was like really shocked. And I was like, no, but what? She didn't have to do that. And that just makes me push me further about doing this podcast because I know it's helping people. You might not tell me it's helping you. You might not like want to say anything. You don't know, like I listen to podcasts and they do help me in a way. I get golden nugget moments. I get those moments where I think, yeah, because I feel like we can learn so much. Even we know so much, but we can also learn so much. But sometimes podcasts for me remind me of so much. I'm like, I never thought of doing that. I haven't done that for a long time. And I get so much feedback. So my friend, what I wanted to like mention, we had a conversation about how like she's got her children and we talked a bit about her background and I was like, oh, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you did that. And she's like, oh yeah, but having children is, you know, when you've got a couple of children, sometimes you have to put your career on a back burner because of childcare. And if you're a single mum, you don't always have that support. And I get that. And I say to people, you can go back to what you are good at. You can also create a business for yourself. And that's what we talked about, how we can feel like restless, but wanting more is natural. We shouldn't feel guilty for that because we're human beings. We want endeavours. We want congratulations. We want to achieve something because we're not just here just to have children. We wasn't born with children. We was born as a child and then we've grown up and then we might have had a career and then took a step back, or you might be your children are getting older. And I'm in that position now where I could do a little bit more because I have a little bit more time. So that's the thing. And it's just nurturing yourself and keeping safe. But wanting more doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It just means, I've said on the last podcast, it's you are expanding. Sometimes your voice gets louder after life gets harder because we want to advocate more like I'm doing now for my son. And that's why I put an article out and I've had so much amazing feedback. I've had new like listeners, I've had people messaging me saying this, you know, my child has a rare genetic condition. How amazing is that people connecting with me now? I'm not the only person, and there was a local lady that's connecting with me, and it's just so nice that I'm not the only mum. And because it's like our own little private club. There's no judgment. We kind of all get what's going on, and we all know about the processes of schools and education, healthcare plans, and we're all in it together. We're there to support each other, and that's what I want to do forwards, is just keep helping like mums and parents just to reach out and using this podcast to help them, you know, no matter what's going on in their day and whether the time might not be right now and wanting to have a business for themselves, but also actually thinking about you are worthy of having a business, you are worthy of having more. And it might not be now that you are ready. It might be in 5 years' time, but we can start doing the inner work now, start doing the confidence work, start writing a framework of what we're going to do. Even if you want to launch a podcast, but in a year, we can still do the work now, because in a year it's not going to be as daunting. You're going to have all the preparation, you're going to have all your episodes wrote out. You could even record the podcast, and you might not want to launch it yet, but in a year's time, life changes as well. So for me, what I'm talking about a year ago was so different to what I'm doing now. My nan would be so proud of everything that I'm doing. And I'd love to show her the article and everything that I'm doing. Everything's just been incredible. I feel like I asked the universe just to show me like so much alignment and joy through what I'm doing and how I can help. How can I help parents, not just busy mums, but the partners as well, and it's showing up for everybody, because we have to live every day, and through financial worry, through health stress. I have helped so many people, especially like being a personal trainer as well. Like I helped people in the gym but had medical conditions, that had children with SEN. So you're not just also thinking about your children, you're looking at you. And you just think it's about your children, but we don't know when we're going to get poorly or our healths are going to get bad. We're getting older, things just crop up. There might be a family member gets poorly and we're still caring for children. You might have 2 children with additional needs. We don't know what's around the corner. I feel like it's preparing our minds and our souls for life and what's coming. And that's why personal self-development, whatever you call it, is so important. And with that manifesting spin on it, where we implement the gratitude and the want and the need for things, and I do the gratitude. Like last week, I just amplified everything, and so many crazy things started happening. I was like, I'm ready. I am watching the universe, and I'm congratulating the universe. I'm saying thanks to the universe. I'm throwing the goodness up in the air, and I'm like, thank you so much for this is what's just happened, and thank you so much, because I feel like I'm not blowing in the wind. I'm like, everything that I'm doing, it's just starting to really come together, and I feel like it can take a while sometimes, because it's like anything with a podcast, you can either get your community to understand what you're doing first, or it can take a while, and it is about nurturing your audience. And actually, social media is big now, and putting things out there and getting that retention and that listenership and that support. And I do a lot of networking and collaborations, and I do lots and lots of things in the community, and I think that's so important as well, because we can't just hide behind our screens. We've also got to get out there. If you want to make an impact in the world and just help people, then it is about thinking out of the box. So I was speaking to my friend last night. We were doing back and forth voice notes, and she was like, I feel like my mind isn't being used because I'm not working. Like, I love my job, but I'm also like not doing like what I'm actually qualified to do, and I want to do more. And I know she's totally capable, and I'm like, well, why do you have to go and work for somebody? Let's create a course and go and sell it. Go into places and showcase your expertise. If you can, I can write a course on so many different things. So when we actually look at it, we can use Canva, we can just use a 10-page course. Even if you was to do a course and wrote bulletins on a course on like whatever your genre would be, like your niche, and then just play it back to yourself. You can put your graphics, you can put your branding on there, and you just talk it back to you as in, well, this is what I do. So if you was in front of a group, what would you speak about? Well, you have a slideshow. It would be made like the old-fashioned like PowerPoint, but it's like the newer version, which has got the nice graphics. I remember going for interviews back in the day, and I had to use a PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint machine wasn't working, but luckily I had handouts. But I cringe now, because now I wouldn't bother me standing up in front of people. Yes, I'll have an element of nervousness, only because I do talk fast and I overshare, and I do like to keep talking. So I know my weaknesses, and I know my positives as well. So I do think the positives outshine the weaknesses. And it was funny, I found an old school report. It says if she didn't talk as much, she would do better. And I'm like, oh, I'd love to find that teacher now. Like, it's funny, isn't it? I don't know. You probably, a few of you can resonate with this, like with the people always putting you in the box. My brain was pretty active back then, and I feel like the work wasn't adapted to the way I work. I was very creative, but sat in a classroom isn't for me. I am quite academic, but I do it in my own time. So it's funny, isn't it, how we look at school and how we could have been put in a box. And it's funny, and I think, well, I'm a podcaster, and I'm a hairdresser, and I'm an author. So of course I'm going to talk in class. I was told to be quiet in class. I was told to go outside, because I'm like, oh, you've got to stop talking. And that's all my mum got feedback for. But I'll tell you what, it's propelled me in doing everything that I've done. I've thought about neighbours and people that have said to me, oh, you only do this, and oh, you do this. And like when people have negatives, it never ever leaves my mind, and it's made me who I am today. It's made me push forward. I'm glad I didn't have everything on a plate. I didn't want that. I wanted to work and like earn everything. And it's like when I look at school, like people that I went to school with that was in higher sets than me, and I thought, oh, they'd be amazing, they're gonna be doctors. And I always felt like there was always like a tier program of like, well, you're in that band, so you're going to be a doctor, a nurse, and you're going to be an entrepreneur. And I was in the middle set, and who's the entrepreneur, who's the advocate and the podcaster and the author? I didn't get A stars at school at all, and I'm so glad I didn't. I don't feel like I was pushed and supported at school. I learned to be an author on my own, and I teach people how to write books now. I'll teach you how to use your story by storytelling. We hope if you are wanting to write a book, you obviously have something to talk about, but it's how I feel like people struggle with the tech, and that was me. I have so much to say, but how am I going to get it out there? And I'd love to change a lot of my book, because I write so differently now, I talk so differently. But that is my baby, that's my first book, and I'm probably going to write another book as well. I keep saying this, but I've been that busy, like where has January gone? I'm like, oh my God, it's just through like flu. I've just been doing so much. And I just can't keep up with everything and the support and the gratitude. I'm writing in my diary every morning, like, thank you, and like, what are my goals for the day? So I've got quite a few books on Amazon. So if you type my name in or go through my link tree, I have a book called Manifest It. And that's the book I use. It's pink. And then I've got my leopard print journal, which I do my gratitude with. But the Manifest It one, it's like tells you about today's goals. I'll actually put a link in the show notes so you can have a look at it then. It's like £5. It's so cheap. And every day, I know it's repetitive every day, but it kind of gives us like food for thought. And what we're manifesting today, and what are my goals? And this is like we're talking to the universe then. We're actually putting it out there. And, I've been honestly, I've not been wearing my multivite for a few weeks, and then because I lost it and then I found it and I'm like, it's back on. I don't want to take it off. It's close to my heart. So even looking at like the crystals and how it works for you, and so yeah, but everything is in my book, and it's got activities in my book. If you were just new to self-development and you just want a bit of a change, you're fed up with things, and even if dreaming is believing, I say, even if we can't do it yet and we haven't got the capacity, you might be at full bandwidth. We are all at full bandwidth. But I feel like if we break it down into micro goals, we can actually get a bit of a plan going. And I think once we start doing that, you actually start believing you can achieve this at the end. And if we set ourselves small goals, even if it's just fitness goals and health goals and weight loss goals, mine was weight loss last year. And this year's about sustainability for me and vitality and making sure that I'm looking after me and everything I do. I'm not looking at I have got some like goals that I have wrote down on my vision board on my phone. And I have goals that I write down on a daily. But I know the universe. When I'm speaking to the universe, I'm saying what I want. I feel like the universe talks back to me and it's like, yes, but we're going to take our time with this, because I feel like the universe wants to dip my toes in nice and slowly to take me to where I need to be. And I like that pace. That pace is me. I don't want to be thrown into something that makes me feel uneasy. That uneasy feeling like, oh, why have I agreed to that? I don't like that. So I think it's nice just to go at a steady pace and get to where you need to be. As long as it's not taking you forever. And if you do feel like you plateaued a little bit, then take a look at what you need to do, move forward. Sometimes it's not aligned to what you want to do. And actually we've followed somebody else's path. But yeah, we kind of know what we want to do, and our life changes as we change our ages, and things change when we have children, as our children leave home, go to college, children go to nursery and go to school. Like when my son went to school, I hated it because I took him to baby groups in the week, and then I was like, what am I going to do? How are we going to go for lunch together? How are we going to go? I used to go shopping on a Monday with Nan and my auntie, and we used to go to Morrison's Cafe and have fun, and we'd come back here and just doing nice things like that, going for walks in the day. But now he's at school, and now he's getting his national insurance number at the end of the year when he turns 16. But I still have my baby. He isn't like a nearly 16-year-old. So he's still very much, we're going to Haven again. He's so excited. He's into dolphins at the minute. So I ordered him it's like a neon light, and it was like £10 on Amazon. And you can plug it in or put batteries in. He's over the moon with it. I don't know where it said I love dolphins. And I was like, since when? I was like, okay. It's like, can I have a dolphin plush? I'm like, well, we don't need any more plushes. But he asked me to print things off for him. He wants to go and see some dolphins. I'm like, well, they're not really like local dolphins. They are in Devon, so we are going to Devon. So maybe there might be somewhere. But I said, no, they'll be very cold in this country. Or down north, so we have to go down south, and we're not always guaranteed to see them. But I don't know why. Suddenly he's finding the dolls for him and the teddies are anchors for SEN children. You'll definitely relate to this. They have their own little isms and the quips, because that's them. And we have fads all the time, but I just go with the fads. And yeah, there'll be one thing one week, another thing another week, and it's just how it rolls, really. So, but yeah, anyway, so I just thought I would just come on and say thank you for all the downloads, all the support, all the beautiful messages. If you've still not reached out to me, please reach out to me. Come and follow me. Leave me a review. The support means so much more than you can ever realise, because it keeps the podcast going. It keeps me interested in the podcast. It makes me feel like I'm serving and helping you guys. Because if nobody listened to the podcast, then I'll be like, why do they not want to listen to the podcast? And the podcast isn't going to be for everybody. We all have our own people, don't we? But you are my people that listen to this podcast, and I love you all. The ones that reach out to me, I just think you're all amazing, and you support me and you share on your socials. I just love that. And that's all I ask from you, just to like give me that little bit of support, because it is hard when you've got your business and you're trying to like propel it out there. So yeah, anyway, I will speak to you all soon. Happy manifesting. I hope you're manifesting hard. Tell me what you've been manifesting this month. Anything good, anything exciting. People are just smashing it, I think. The first 2 weeks of January, people have been a bit slow. I'm like, what's going on? But the last couple of weeks, people are doing all sorts of different things. And I'm like, go you. And I'm always a big supporter for friends and like just people online. And that's what it is all about. The world's too horrible and mean and cruel sometimes. We just need to support each other. We spread more love in the world, then we can't go wrong, can we? So I'm definitely going now before I get to 20 minutes. So I will speak to you all soon. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing, and you take care. Bye. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.